I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Good Trouble After Show, and it's not even just an after show; it's the reunion show.
The unofficial reunion.
The unofficial reunion, but it's a fun one nonetheless.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Chae Jones. I've been rocking it with you since season 1. To my far left. Oh wait, yeah, all right, left.
You got
It's
it.
been a long day. I have Janice and Nyam
Hi,
right
everyone.
here. Yeah, I said it right. I got it.
You got it.
And she brings you the news and your gossip, Miss Lauren Hubbard.
And what's up, guys?
The freeform lover in us all, Mr. Bryant Santos.
Hello, love to be here. Love men also.
Nice.
Yes.
Preach it.
And who just preached it today was Miss Sherry Cola on the couch.
In the flesh, baby.
In the
This
flesh.
is not a drill.
And the lovely man to her.
Right.
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 That's on camera.
Right.
We're directionally fluid. It's okay. We don't need to.
Uday, Singh. I said it right?
Pretty close.
Dang it!
As close as it's gonna get. I love it. It's perfect.
I tried.
In the flesh. This what you said is not a drill.
You're a
It's not
lovely
drill.
man. You're a lovely man to my left.
Well, guys, thank you so much, first of all, for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
We have to
What a
get into
treat.
season 2 because, honey.
Honey.
The
yes.
things that happened this season.
Oh wait.
Before I come for you, I'm gonna start with Sherry.
For me.
let me first. I'm gonna come for his character.
Yeah.
Let's separate everything real quick. I'm gonna come for Raj. Dhruv is his own person. He has nothing to do. Raj starts playing the person. Cool.
Oh,
But we're gonna
goodness.
start with Sherry because Alice had just an incredible, crazy trip. Season 2, discovering who who she is as a queer Asian comedian, and then having Joey, losing Joey, finding Ruby, maybe doing one night stands,
Yes.
trying that out.
Alice is getting frisky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ever
Yes.
since the dance, episode at Malika's birthday, nothing's been the same.
Yes.
You know?
No, nothing's been the same.
Truly. Yeah, it was a really dope season. Thank you all for tuning in, of course. I think, Alice and Joey had such a beautiful journey. Joey came into Alice's life almost like at the perfect time, when she was still hung up on Sumi. And Joey kind of taught her how to open up and, kind of influenced her to come out to her parents too, and then it was dope that we explored Joey and the non-binary life and touched upon that.
Yes.
And that breakup scene,
It hurt.
Daisy killed it. That was so good,
Yes.
truly. Like,
Yeah, she's good.
yeah. So, I think Alice is still very much finding herself, especially in the comedy world, and especially that one night stand is like, wait, I don't do this. What is this? Even people giving Alice attention is new to her. But I think it's gonna get even more wild.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, because you guys did just start production for season 3
Yo,
that
we're
we
out
cannot
here.
wait for.
Yes.
Same. I can't wait. It's already juicy.
We're hoping for more casual sex because casual sex is in. It's 2020. So
Casual sex 2020.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Hashtag.
It would be a crazy left turn if Good Trouble was suddenly like, you know what? No more casual sex.
Let's just all
On
get
Good
married.
Monogamy. Let's talk about monogamy.
Just abstinence.
Yeah.
Yes. Say a little
New
prayer.
theme. No, but yeah, it's getting real saucy.
Oh yeah.
How
It's,
is it for you guys for being on Good Trouble? Because as everybody on this panel, we are people of color, and representation matters.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
right. I
And
love
how
that.
does it feel for you guys being on the show, really representing people you would want to see when you were growing up?
That's a really good question.
Oh,
I want to think about it.
I mean, for me, yeah, take your time
Yeah,
because
you
you
can
know
say
me.
it.
I don't think before I speak. It means the world to me because a character like Alice, even when before I even went into the audition room, I saw it on the paragraph. The description was, Asian American, first generation, lesbian, not out to her parents, manages the coterie, this place that people live. We didn't know what coterie even meant at that time. You know what I mean? I had to look it up. I was like, I thought it was French. I was like, coterie, and aspires to be a stand-up. It was all there before I even stepped in the room. So it just was already so touching that they created this character wanting to see it. You know what I mean? And so it got so far into the audition process that I'm like, I have to book this now because it's so important and so overdue that I want to portray this character. So ever since then, truly, a lot of Asian girls in my DMs or just, queer girls, etc., are feeling seen, you know, and they're really grateful for this character because this is something I never saw growing up, and I think a really big impactful moment was when Alice came out in the season finale of season 1, and it was just I'd never seen that in my life, like that scene on TV, an Asian, you know what I mean? So it's like we're moving mountains here. Yeah, it's really dope. I feel really grateful. And season 3, are you kidding me?
Yes.
Like,
it goes by so fast.
come through, yeah.
So
Yeah, that was really well put and eloquent. I agree. I also feel this. I didn't even. It was cool when you just pointed out, like, yeah, we are in a room where we're all people of color. That's
It's
like
a beautiful thing.
It's kind of beautiful that I was like, I didn't even really not notice, but I didn't like put a thing on it, and I'm like, that's cool that there are rooms in entertainment now like this, where you don't even, you know what I mean, where it's just like you show up and you're like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
people are out here roughing. So I love it. I feel the same. I mean, it's. For me, it was always, even playing Raj, was like, even the fact that he was, for a while at least, the love interest to a character is rare with, like, Asian characters in general, but certainly South Asian characters that I've seen, you know, where most often it's like the, welcome to the Quickie Mart kind of comic relief character, right? It's rare. So having an Asian character with the sex drive is a rare thing already. Yeah. So that felt like, oh, that's a cool, you know, it's very quietly sort of revolutionary in a way, or if you will, it's a little forward, freeform. That's the slogan of
a little forward, a little libido. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I was gonna say that too. It's truly groundbreaking, the fact that, like, you know, Asian men have been so underestimated for so long in terms of sex appeal and just, you know, getting the girl. But Raj is out here, like,
getting several
with
girls.
Mariana. This is huge. You know?
I know I'm gonna get dragged to it very soon.
The Trouble is that show.
Yeah, it's fun. It's really cool that they do that. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Anybody?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna save mine for a little later. This was a little more serious question, but obviously your show pushes a lot of the buttons. You know, you talk about LGBTQ, we got to talk about race, ethnicity, everything. So there's a lot going on in the political world today. Will you guys explore any of that in season 3? I know you can't give any spoilers, but can we expect you guys to at least touch on that at all?
The election and
stuff. Actually, I have to think about that real quick. I just want to say, Good Trouble mirrors real life, and anything goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good answer.
I feel like the show, from what obviously I can't speak on behalf of the producers and writers because they're really in charge of that. I think what they do well is they're very topical and very present, but without being direct. It's very off the moment in terms of issues, but without necessarily dating it too hard, right? Like, I feel like they wouldn't necessarily pick something that's right off the headlines, but it would be an issue that is slightly more evergreen. That throughout, you know what I mean?
And truly issues that have been happening. Even you know, outside of 2020 in the last couple of years, it's issues that, you know, race and you know.
The housing
feminism,
crisis.
Everything.
You know, stuff that is going to be discussed in the election, undoubtedly.
It's very natural. Like, these topics come up naturally. They're not like, oh, let's hit this headline exactly. Because even, I remember on The Fosters, the episode where Lena and Steph, like, got married, the OG, like, legal, gay marriage got legalized that day. Like, and they didn't plan that, but it's just, like, they just knew. Yeah. I think the creators are just... They have something like telepathical or something. Just all
it's amazing to see.
Yeah, and what I kind of like about the way they handle some of that stuff too. Well, first of all, I love that they deal with those issues, but the show is still like horny and fun and exciting and cool to watch.
It's not too heavy.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It has balance.
It's not like an Oscar bait movie where you're like, an issue. But I also, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. No, I'm so excited. I have goosebumps. Are you kidding me? I have goosebumps.
We're giving each other coronavirus.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. We just keep it on. You have to burn this couch, okay? No, I was just gonna say, Good Trouble. It's not like a show about issues. It's about people, real people going through these issues. You know what I mean? We're seeing it through the people as opposed to just the topics. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anyway,
like
it's real. It's
like
raw.
where you put that,
And it's sexy AF.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been amazing watching you guys over the past 2 years, and I'm just wondering. You're welcome.
It's such a pleasure. Seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah, I was just wondering, what kind of headspace do you guys, like, where do you tap into to get inspiration for your characters? like we were talking about how there's not enough like representation in terms
Right.
of like sexuality and things like that.
Sure.
So was the research to get into this role a little different than any other role you would have done?
Such a good question. These questions are all so
Yeah,
good.
they're very deep. Well, in terms of like from day one, I felt so similar to Alice. I'm like, oh, this is pretty much me, I mean, I'm just being me. I had that thought, but then the more we progressed, I'm like, oh, we are worlds apart. It's so beautiful discovering this character. That's the beauty about TV as opposed to like a movie. Because a movie, it's like you have, your 90 minutes, you do your thing, however the story is, and it's over. With TV, you can endlessly discover your character, find new things every single episode. Like, oh, suddenly Alice might be a nail biter. I don't know. Whatever feels right. You know what I mean? Or Alice maybe, sweats a lot or something. That's something that makes her fidgety or something. Like little things I discover every single day about her. She's she's very apologetic. She's very, I kept discovering things that almost like made us more different, which is very cool because I learned from her and she learns from me, especially in terms of stand-up. It's like I bring a little bit of myself, but also Alice has been doing stand-up for like a month, you know what I mean? So it's kind of fun. Not that I'm, so much of a veteran in the stand-up world as Sherry Cola, but like doing stand-up as Alice as like a guppy is really fun as well. Kind of like purposely being nervous and like amateurish, it's really fun. I don't know, in terms of headspace, like I will say though, when I do like serious scenes, I'm pulling from like the 7th grade crush that never called me back, you know what I mean? I have to pull from that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just really within yourself, I guess. It's like you bring characteristics that you have into this character, I don't know.
Yeah, I think with serious stuff, like when they write seriously, and the writers do a good job, I think, of like there's some stuff with a lot of levity and humor, and there's some stuff that gets really serious on the show and dark or real. And with some of those scenes, I definitely find myself pulling on very real, raw stuff, childhood stuff, relationship stuff. Also, in terms of like discovering new things about the character, the writers made a very fun, unexpected late season 2 turn where Raj is suddenly super into magic. That was a fun discovery for me. Where I was like, oh, I guess I got to learn a bunch of magic tricks. And they had a magician from the Magic Castle come and teach me a bunch of tricks.
Yeah,
So can you now go to the Magic Castle?
Can I what?
Can you now go to the Magic Castle?
I mean, I've been a few times before, but you mean can I just show up without a?
Well, like no, like now can you go and then can you invite people and then what people can you invite?
I
It's
see what
very
you're
top
saying.
secret, like exclusive. Like you
It's
can't just
super
go.
exclusive.
You can't just go. You need to either
It's
be
like
vouched
Bryant.
for by someone. Yeah, I've been a few times, so I don't know. I'm like pretty, it's
Well,
pretty easy
he's
for me.
A-list.
Now I'm magical elite from
exactly.
doing magic on set.
That's the cool thing about the show too, like the fact that they throw challenges at us. It's like, hey, Sherry, are you down to do choreography?
Oh
like,
my god.
That scene was amazing.
Like,
It's one of the
Straight
best.
fire.
Right, and I'm like, sure, I'm just down, and it's cool. Now I can add that to my resume.
Do you feel like you discovered a part of yourself you didn't know from playing Alice? I mean, in scenes like that and other scenes.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, well, one big thing in terms of Alice, just that dance scene aside, I think the topic of queerness. I definitely started talking about being bisexual in real life a lot more after I'm playing, a queer character, because I was like, well, I have to live my truth. I have to really spread the word if I'm going to be portraying this character. Not that it was like a heavyweight, but I'm like, why not be open about conversations, especially because there's little girls like that are watching the show, teenagers growing up, maybe the one Asian queer girl in Iowa, you know what I mean, that doesn't have anyone to look up to, and to be a potential role model, I had to open up that conversation, so that's something that really changed personally by being Alice, for sure.
I love that. Yeah, I had to speak more honestly about being a trifling hoe.
I thought you were gonna say you couldn't speak honestly about being uncircumcised.
Yeah, I'm really crusading for that issue.
Uncircumcision representation is at an all-time low.
It is an all-time low. That's a good. What's really funny is there's a huge. I mean, is it weird to talk about this for real? Like,
we actually talked about it.
We have talked about it.
I had with Joey.
Somebody had to explain it to me.
Daisy.
Hilarious.
It was me and Daisy
Yeah, they had to
explaining
explain
it
it to
to
me.
you.
Explain what?
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
I mean, okay, so here's so
Sure.
what's funny is I got hit up on some sort of there's like a bunch of very serious Facebook groups about uncircumcision representation.
Oh, sure.
Uh,
There's a pro and
There's a huge and the
anti,
pro is
yeah, yeah.
very vehement. They're like very like it's very bad to be uncircumcised. And I feel like I can speak of it because I am uncircumcised. This is weird.
Oh,
This is
you
why
are?
I'm like,
Oh,
hi-
you are?
Hi viewers.
Wait, you are?
I grew up in India where you just don't. It's
Sure,
not.
sure,
it's,
sure.
it's here. It's the norm. In most of the world, they don't. You know what I mean? At birth.
I'm
So, but I didn't know there was such a huge Facebook lobby that was so
Yeah.
angry at the show. They were like sending
Oh my
these
goodness.
angry tweets about,
Wow.
would you make fun of a character? You know what I mean? If this
Right,
Oh
if they
my
had
God.
unattached earlobes, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause that's what I
Just-
got going on.
Unattached.
Yeah,
earlobes?
unattached. They're not loose. You know what I
Oh.
mean? They're straight to cheek.
Yeah.
Straight to
Weird.
cheek, baby.
Oh,
Not weird.
Oh,
Normal.
come through, yes. I'm back.
Interesting.
Can you hear me? All right.
Is that a like a genetic like?
Yeah, my
think
mom
so,
has
yeah.
unattached. My dad has
attached.
no, I'm sorry. I have attached.
You have attached.
My dad unattached. Very
You guys all
early
have
on in
attached
life.
your
No, I'm
earlobes?
kidding.
I don't even know. Like,
That's
It's fine. We don't need to do. We don't need to do.
I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
unattached.
yeah.
We don't need to do Punnett squares right now. We'll be in touch.
like, that's a great question. I don't know the
Yeah.
answer to that.
If you're watching this, please write down
Yeah.
whether you have
Are you
attached.
team attached or
I feel like I'm
unattached?
back to high school.
Emotionally attached. To everyone in this room.
Team attached or unattached, team circumcised or uncircumcised.
Oh my goodness,
Oh my
we're
goodness.
going there.
We
I
will,
love
like, they will come for us.
They are gonna
my
go, don't
gosh.
come for me.
I'm here for it. Just
You
make
could-
sure you also tag
Hilarious.
after show.
Hilarious.
I mean, let the word be spread. Okay,
Yeah.
but like we have to really get into season 2. Especially, I want to get into the finale because Trap Hills was
I know.
just an incredible event.
Mhm.
I can't even get over the production design
I
of
mean,
it all. It
it's
was
amazing.
beautiful.
Shout to Rachel, who is our insanely talented
Amazing.
production designer. I mean, she really brought it to life because Trap Heels, as y'all know, is a real event that, you know, mixes art, culture, and social justice. And the fact that we got to highlight that on Good Trouble, like, once again, Good Trouble is that show.
Yeah.
No one is doing this.
Yes.
You know, and like that scene where, you know, Dennis is with Melina and they're saying the victims' names. Oh my
names.
goodness.
yeah.
Like, literally chills.
I
Like,
almost cried.
truly.
And that was all.
Yeah.
That was
Real names.
Those
Real
are
names, by the way.
And the real families came to the
Yeah,
set.
real
which was
families. Oh my
un-
goodness, yeah.
It was the
we-
most emotional experience on set. I
Yeah,
think I've had
we
in a
met
long
some of the
time.
mothers, and I mean, it was just, it's like, yeah, it was such a good finale with also like, you know, juicy things on top of this. You know, I think it's also really beautiful seeing Malika's character celebrate. You know, it's very beautiful seeing her joyful. You know, because she's always
Absolutely.
fighting and she's so strong. You know, it's nice to see her surrounded by her loved ones, and you know, especially the 3 men in her life. We got Isaac, we got Dom, and we got her dad. You know what I mean? So, what's also beautiful, which I love about Good Trouble, is the fact that, you know, although I am Asian, although Mariana is Latina, like, we're still supporting Malika as allies of something like Trap Heels and Black Lives Matter. You know, showing up to the protest, things like that. I think it's just like bridging communities within POC is very important.
Yes.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, is that too deep? Sorry.
No, that was great.
That was perfect.
Deep enough.
How was the acupuncture needles?
Yo, that was real. First of all, you know, once again, you know, I'm game. They're like, have you ever done acupuncture? I'm like, no. They're like, are you down to do it for real? I'm like, yeah. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah. But I didn't really feel it though, because I was up and moving, so it wasn't really like a relaxed scenario. But I did get it for real a couple weeks later, and it was pretty dope.
Nice.
It was pretty dope. Actually, I recommend it.
I'll try that.
It's kind of, I don't know if it's like placebo effect, to be honest. You know,
Might be.
you know, it might be, but I'll throw money at it, anything.
I've never done it, but I hear really good things.
Yeah.
People,
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard cures.
That and ayahuasca. You know what I mean? Healing. Healing.
Yes.
Really? I would love to say I loved Alice's confrontation with Lindsay in the finale.
Yes.
Like, just calling them out on their game that they've been running this whole time. And, like, actually, I feel like Alice is now recognizing it. Like, you're trying to take my act. Now you're using, like, now you're in the coterie. You're dating Sumi. I mean, personally, I don't care about Sumi like that. But, I mean, but she's still my friend.
Right,
and then,
right.
like, what game are you playing? I need to understand.
Right. First of all, shout out to Sumi, aka Caraway, who
Caraway.
is like my dear friend in real life, and
it's
we
brilliant.
met through Good Trouble.
You
which
did?
Is,
No way.
I literally was at her house yesterday. She made me dumplings. Like, her dogs were making out with
She
me.
is
Like,
the best.
she and I'm so grateful for that, you know? And that representation alone, you know, the fact that we were even shocked. You know, the fact that there were two best friends who were Asians and queer and our exes. There were so many layers. Oh my goodness! In the pilot, I mean, in the first couple episodes, like, wow, we've never seen this. You know, the fact that it was 2018 and we were still shocked. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm so happy that it exists. I think it was really cool that Alice was almost like, you know, putting her foot down and almost like that's my friend, that's my ex. Like, don't like, you know what I mean? Almost kind of being like, not possessive. I mean, I like that part of it. It's
Finally
like
standing up for yourself.
yeah, because she was like, you know, I won't have my like life appropriated by you, and that includes my ex. Like, basically, you're just taking over and you're toxic, and it was nice to see her stand up because the toilet paper scene in episode 4, season 1 was kind of like that as well. You know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot of push pull with Alice. It's like sometimes she'll come back and be timid again, and like, you know, but then she'll be a lion, you know? And so it's a cool balance. And hopefully, you know, we'll get to a point where she's just completely confident, you know?
For sure.
I do love and respect your relationship with Sumi, but sometimes I want to be like, why?
I'm still friends with her.
Like, sometimes Sumi, she has a good heart, but it's more selfish.
Yeah.
And then it's like she's the worst lean woman ever. Like, you're trying to hook up. She's like, oh no, but like maybe she's into me.
She's the worst.
No, you're trying to offer her up to me.
Yeah, even Kara will say Sumi's the worst. Like, Sumi's the worst. But it's so funny because you love to hate her, but she also has this like enticing like quality to her where she's just so like. And I don't know what it is, but we all have those people in our lives that it's hard to cut them off.
Yeah.
That's a real thing.
True.
You know,
I
it's
think
like,
of it as like a way dialed down version of like the sociopaths you see in true crime stuff where they're so charismatic. Everyone follows them and then they kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
But she's that, but just in a less dangerous way.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, yeah, who knows? You know? I gotta sleep with one eye open. But yeah, it's really cool to see Alice kind of, you know, stand up for herself while doing stand up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a quick question. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Just speaking of stand-up, it's why. So I want to ask, like, how different is it, like, that you do stand-up in real life? How different is it, like, acting it?
So because Alice is kind of newer to the game, I kind of have to like be a little more nervous, and like Alice is so adorable. I mean, I talked about her like she's a different person because like it kind of is. Like she's so adorable, and like she means well, and can be almost kind of corny sometimes. You know, it's like it's just she's really trying to make people laugh and trying to find her voice because for so long she was bottling her emotions. You know, and like would say like a funny remark just to make fun of herself or like, you know, talk about what she's going through, and now she has this platform where she can express. You know what I mean? So
if you're watching this and you haven't seen Sherry Cola do stand up, you should Google it or look it up because
I'm not too shabby.
It's
I'm not too shabby.
And it's such a different, and you're right, it's so different than Alice doing
because
stand-up.
I am a little more blue, as they call it, a little dirtier.
Oh yeah, I saw her at Molly's Christmas, and like it was.
Oh wait, that was clean though, because I mean,
it was clean. You only because there was a 15-year-old audience. Otherwise, you did.
I did a little something.
You did a little something.
I swayed to the left a little bit, or right, left, whatever.
But it was super funny.
Thank you so much. Oh, that actually happened to be a Christmas themed show, so I literally wrote Christmas jokes.
Oh wow,
that was kind of fun. Yeah, but my usual stuff is pretty like dirty and you know wild. So Alice kind of, you know. It's really fun, truly, because it's so different. You know, I don't see it stepping on my real life at all. You know, which was really sweet of our showrunner, by the way, Joanna, who is amazing, our head writer. She actually asked me like, so originally this was the plan. Like, is it cool? Like, we don't want to you know step on your own stand-up life, or you know what I mean. She didn't want it. Like, it's possible that I'm like, oh, I don't want to. I want to separate it, you know. But I was like, no, I'm down. I'm truly down because. Most of my favorite stand-ups like have done stand-up on a show. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, it's really cool. Like, it's such a contrast. Yeah.
Cool, I love that.
We do have a question in the chat. I want to shout out our chat right now. You got Shay Turner, Fly Chick 86, Glow Loves, but Shay Turner wants to know, what was your favorite Alice and Raj moment in season 2?
Good question.
To play, so like our own.
You're your character.
Oh,
on the show.
I thought you meant together because we've been trying to pitch that for years.
We had one moment. We had a moment that was cut out of the finale. Do you remember that when we started improvising and everyone on the crew, everyone
well, they kept this part. They kept that.
They kept a little bit.
They kept a little bit. The acupuncture thing where I'm like, I'm gonna go do acupuncture.
Yeah.
So we had like a lot of takes of like different things.
A lot of
Wait,
banter.
what was the thing?
You said
Something about being
you're
Asian.
Like, huh? Asians. I was like, yeah, technically we're both.
Yeah, and you're like, it's a big country.
Big country.
But no, but we, oh my goodness. First of all, I just want to say, like, for the record, Dhruv and I knew each other before Good Trouble because we dabble in the UCB world. Of course,
We've
he's
done a lot of
improv elite.
shows together.
He's like a big honcho, big man on
I don't know
campus
about
at
that.
UCB, and I do my thing there as well.
we
performing and
both
stuff.
we both do a show fairly. I say like
yeah.
once a month we kind of interact, but we've
Yeah,
done
yeah.
a bunch of like freestyle battles,
Rap
against each
battles,
other,
you know, all that
we've
stuff.
done
So
some improv shows.
yeah, so it was really cool. I remember one of the first table reads, seeing him like in the
Yeah,
parking lot, and it just was magical. So
Yeah. I
he
wasn't
and I-
invited to the table read, I was just in the parking.
right. Well, I had a +1, but then it got revoked, so then he had to stay outside.
Just hung out.
But like he is so funny to me. I truly think
Same to you,
I
Chae,
think
go
Dhruv
on.
is so funny. And every single time we have a scene, even remotely close together, I always say like, it's not a competition, okay? It's not a competition. Because especially at the table reads, because he'll get laughs, yo, and I'm like, I'm like doing tally marks. Like, I'm kidding. But truly, like at Malika's birthday, I think we had some moments because we sat next to each other. I think, but yeah, I'm sorry, favorite Raj moment, favorite Alice moment. Back to that.
I think
Tangent. I love Dhruv.
I love playing the elf man at a kid's
The birthday party.
Yeah, at the
Wow.
birthday
It was
party
super cute.
With Isabella.
for Isabella's character, and then getting caught on the thing.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
The
Oh,
video
yeah.
chat. Yeah, I just love like funny, silly moments and getting to play. Getting to be Raj doing a silly thing was really fun.
That wig,
I
though.
will say, normally kids are an amazing audience for magic. That audience of kids who were all actors were not a great. They were lovely kids, but after everything I do, they would look at you and go, "I know how he does it." And then they would guess it completely wrong, but very confident. He has everything in his sleeve. I was like, "No, I don't." But they were,
Hilarious.
you know what I mean? They were just like Hollywood kids. So it was
Oh
not
my
hard to
God.
impress them. Hard to impress kids.
Hollywood kids.
But it was
Oh,
fun.
that's hilarious.
What's your favorite?
For me, without a doubt, is the Guilty Conscience. The
Oh,
double
so
Alice.
funny.
What was that?
Yes, that
That's
was
why
nice.
I'm so damn grateful for the show to be able to do things like that, you know?
Mm-hmm. And you often said the only scene partner you enjoy is yourself. So that opportunity.
Ooh.
Right. Wait, what was that?
Never mind.
Wait, I didn't get that. Was that a throwing shade? I didn't hear.
No,
that.
as a bit, but as a bit.
That's it.
Just a little bit.
As a bit, as a joke.
Yeah.
I was saying that you did like playing scenes with yourself exclusively.
It's fine. We'll workshop it. We'll
We'll
workshop it.
workshop
We'll
it.
workshop it. I'm
Just
sorry.
we'll
I
edit
wasn't
the
sure.
slapstick.
I wasn't sure exactly what you meant. No, but I love you. Yeah, that was really dope because it was this whole camera trick where like we would film me in real life, and then I would have to get in that exact position and then come out of it, do my thing, and then actually go back into the exact position I was in.
Oh wow.
So it took a lot of time, but the fact that they actually like write these things and make it important enough to take the time to do, and like all the technologies with it.
It was so fun.
Yeah, and then Joey's head blowing up too. That was kind of fun. That was really fun watching Daisy film that too. It was like a green screen, and like Daisy had to do like really really funny
Like a cartoon.
things. Yeah. But that was really fun because the guilty conscience, we all have one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And-
Yes.
I will also add to that, one of my favorite things was when we all filmed that Valentine's Day episode. together, where
Oh
we're all
my
stuck.
goodness.
And we just had a blast
One
together.
of my
Oh, we
favorites.
are always together. We are together pretty
We are a
often.
fair
Yeah.
amount. But what happened that night was we all, we're playing Never Have I Ever Jenga, and then we play, everyone's giving
Yeah.
each other lap dances and stuff. And then that same night, tragically, there were those fires,
Oh,
and so
right.
we were all locked off in Santa Clarita, and then a bunch of us had to actually go stay in a hotel room. And in true life imitating art fashion, we stayed up to like 6 a.m. playing
Never have I ever.
Wow.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have
Podcast.
major FOMO. I
I
didn't
know,
go
you didn't
because
go.
I had something in the morning. So I'm like, I can't stay because I'll be stuck. Cause
But it
we're-
took you hours to get home.
It took me hours. It took me like 3 hours, and I
Wow.
literally my tank was on E. I was in the mountains, and I needed to pee. I almost thought about peeing in
Those
my
are
gas
horrible.
tank. I was like, oh my God, how is this? No, I'm kidding. But I finally found a gas station. It was like out of a movie. No, I'm not even kidding. It was like the light. I see the tiny little chevron, But yeah, I had major FOMO. I was literally thinking like, should I just like ditch the important thing I have tomorrow just because to hang out with my friends at a hotel room? I thought about it. But Maya and I were literally like together the whole time
Yeah.
on the way home because she and I also live really close. And then we like left the parking lot at the same time, so we were just like 3 hours like.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway,
little
it was
BTS, little behind the
yeah,
scenes.
little BTS for you. You know, Maya's address is. No, I'm kidding.
I want to get into Dhruv's character real quick before we get into announcing who won our paddles of the season.
Yes.
Because obviously Raj has been through a lot this season, like from the insecurities to confessing feelings for Isabella, which just talk about it. This is like me seriously not filtering my mind right now.
They're coming for you.
You look so exhausted.
Yeah.
With
They're coming for you, brother.
prospect already.
No, because it's
She
funny
has
because
had
I will say this, like during the whole magical scene, I was like, oh my gosh, I actually like Isabella. Why? Like I really like hating
I was
myself.
not
No, the
buying
same
it
Sumi
ever.
quality. The
Same
same
Sumi
Sumi
quality.
yo.
Absolutely.
Like-
I think, like I said, there's a thin line between the sociopaths on true crime shows.
Yeah.
and
What's
these
his
characters.
name?
Isabella is a real
I see it.
sociopath.
She got issues.
She
She
threw
was
that
like
at the
Yo.
mirror.
Oh, yeah.
She broke a mirror.
Something's up.
I was like
Something's up.
bipolar or something. Something
Wow.
is happening.
Yeah.
And then she said a bird flew
And
into. I was like,
Part of that, I will say, is you can attribute to both Cara Wang and Priscilla being
Oh,
very,
the
very
sweetest.
good actresses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
we love them.
They just radiate charm. They
Oh,
radiate like
just-
you got not like
yeah.
them almost.
Love them in real life
Yes,
so much.
they're
yeah.
great. Yeah, so Raj, I mean, gone through a lot, as you can tell. I think he, yeah, I mean, what do I say about it? It's a real, he goes through a real emotional and kind of, I don't know, like character arc, like his whole character philosophy and point of view seems to change over this season, where he is this devoted, almost like kind of a bit of a lapdog to his coworker, right? Before
Right.
him and Mariana get together. And then over the course of them getting together, you see his insecurities kind of threaten that relationship. You see him, I still think he's trying to be a good guy. He's still there to stand up for the women to speculate for equal pay. He's still there for all those issues. But he's so threatened by the boss, who's this hunky boy.
Hunky boy. He's a hunky boy.
He's a hunky boy. And then, of course, once Isabella shows up, his subconscious mind starts taking over, starts fantasizing. Isabella,
Hey.
not completely, she's got her designs on him a little bit. I
Oh,
don't
for
think
sure. She
you
is
don't do
not.
that kind of
She is
thing.
not innocent.
No.
not
No.
at
In this
all.
situation.
She went from Gael to Raj in like a split second.
Yeah,
She really
yeah,
did.
she did. She's just, she's targeted. She's got her, I don't know. We don't know yet, right, with the show, but it seems like she's got a little bit of thing about other people's.
Man.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well,
Yeah.
outside you were saying how there's some pretty intense fans who DM you.
Yes.
What is the craziest DM you have got regarding your character, Raj?
Oh, regarding Raw. I mean, I've gotten a few that you can tell from the tone of it, this person does not know that it's a TV show. And it's in all caps, and it's like, don't you think you shouldn't fantasize about other people with your girlfriend? I'm like, yeah, I think so. I agree with that, but it's not me. I've gotten some of those. What else have I gotten?
Like, did you ever get one where you're like, okay, this person is crazy, I might have to
A
block
little bit,
Yeah.
yeah. Some of them you just ignore because they're like this.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like there's like when it's like racist or whatever. I'm just like,
Oh,
well, I don't
yeah.
really get what this
Right,
people
right,
say.
right,
Right.
And then sometimes they're just like, I'm trying to think of like the craziest one. I bet I can look up my little request folder right now.
Do you ever reply to any of them?
Or
Even the good ones.
the good one, yeah, the good ones sometimes. Good. I mean, it doesn't have to be good. Sometimes also just very thoughtful ones, and those are when
Right.
it's like someone wrote a long paragraph being like,
Yeah.
about this issue, I feel this way, but I'm kind of like, oh, that's interesting. I'll engage with that because it feels like this person really wants to talk about this issue that the show brought up about
Sure.
either race or about like. Workplace discrimination, equality, equal pay, stuff like that the show deals with. So those sometimes I'm like, this is a fun thing to engage with.
Yeah.
Not usually like the ones where they think I'm Raj. Those ones are hard to engage.
Yeah.
Do
Right.
you wish, like, for yourself, when you're looking at Raj, do you ever say, man, you should have left a long time ago out of this relationship?
Yo, what?
What, do I wish Raj did that with Mariana?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, wow, interesting.
Good question.
Wait, how come? Like, you mean like because
like he said, like, we see his insecurities, we see he's not confident in that relationship,
interesting.
and sometimes it seems he may not be appreciated as much.
Right.
So Just wondering.
But he's looking at the girl with her ass up in yoga, like literally.
And then like at the season finale, you're just like, I think I have feelings for somebody too, and I don't want to feel them.
Yo, that cut like a knife.
Yeah.
So I mean, so the big
should've-
question is, did you break up before she decided to do what she did with Evan? That's a good question.
Can I say, or I mean, you gotta watch 301.
Yeah,
to see
where
that.
are we in that? What did we say? I
It's
forgot.
a little ambiguous.
It's a little tricky because we always have the flashbacks, and sometimes I forget like what is.
How much do we
what's
know?
on
Now.
TV.
Yeah, it's a little bit. I think you gotta watch.
Dang
3
it!
to
I tried,
really
guys.
get-
I tried for you.
I want to ask y'all: are you Team Raj or Team Evan?
Everyone's Team Evan at this point.
I just like Team Evan
I
because
was Team Raj until you did that.
Yeah,
I was
ain't
like,
nobody
Then I
Right.
switched real quick, and then I was just. But I would have just appreciated. I will say this. I would appreciate to know if you guys have broken up for her to have made that decision.
right.
That's the only thing I have issue with her going with
Yeah.
Evan. If
Right.
you broke up, yes,
Yeah.
get it, queen. If you're not broken up, season 3 gonna be something.
Yes.
But we're gonna quickly get into announcing who won before we get out of here. Do you guys want to pick
Oh.
up that cup
Oh,
down
let's
there?
go.
and
Yeah.
Oh my
Five
God.
And we
people.
just picked 5 random.
Pick
Oh my God,
five
you go
randoms,
first.
real quick.
Look, I'm so nervous. God,
And their names
where
written
has
on
this
them,
cup been?
so-
Y'all.
It is
We
clean.
got
It's
Marcy Thoreau.
cool.
Marcy
Yeah.
Thoreau.
Congrats.
Congrats.
We got
Yes, congrats, boo.
blank one.
Come
so
on
don't-
down.
Blank one.
Not count that one.
Oh, Blank Wong.
We got.
Oh no, it says Blake Wong.
That's Mike. It's Mike. John Hamre, Hamre.
Just going straight for your crotch. Arun Pukoti.
Arun, yeah.
Arun Pukote.
Oh yes, honey.
Hindi name, pretty sure. We got Nightfall Adams.
Yeah.
Wait, are these real names? That's a dope name. All right, last one, right? 5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no more. Last one. Let's do it together like an award show. We have
Fallon
Fallon
and
and
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Congrats,
I think
guys.
that's
So
Jimmy
you guys,
Fallon.
I will reach out to you
Sylvia.
guys, but if I do not hear from you within a week, I will pick another 5 names to give out so everybody can get one. Thank you guys so much for joining us
Thank
here in the
you.
studio.
Thank you so much.
Anything
much
you
fun.
want to
Drew.
promote before we get out of here? Like anything new coming up that fans can be excited
Yeah. Oh, you go first.
No, you go for.
No,
I don't
you go
even know.
first.
Well, obviously, Good Trouble comes back this summer.
summer.
Y'all saw that.
So
Good
soon.
Trouble comes out this summer. I am on a show on E called Funny Dance Show. It's
Yeah.
comedians dance battling, and it's really
Premieres
fun.
tonight.
Yeah, premieres tonight actually.
Oh, wow.
But my episode doesn't come until like I think maybe April. But it's very funny. It's
Okay.
very very funny. My partner is London Brown from Ballers. I don't know if y'all know him.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's my partner, and we
She's
do
like,
a whole
yeah.
bunch of stuff. So stay tuned for that. I guess that's the only
show.
thing I can think of. Obviously, follow me, Sherry Cola, and come watch me do stand up in real life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on. I start a new character on the show, Prodigal Son, this Monday, the 16th.
Gotcha.
Monday the 16th. Yeah, it's on Fox. It's really, if you know, it's a very different person than Raj.
Heck yeah.
I think it's fun to watch.
Amazing.
Just like Raj, you don't know if you can trust him or
Ooh.
not.
Yeah.
It's so very different.
Love.
Congrats.
Love it.
Watch that. I don't know. Come watch live shows. Yeah, the UCB
Yeah.
Theater
He's always at
LA.
UCB.
I'm
We're
at
both.
LA,
Yeah, we're just out here on these live theater streets.
out here on the
You know
streets,
what I
baby.
mean?
Come check that out. I'm in a
Yeah.
movie called Lucky, but I don't know when it was supposed to be at South by Southwest. If you're going to that,
Oh,
but it'll
no.
be somewhere.
Stay tuned. Stay
Stay
tuned.
Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned.
And we cannot wait for Good Trouble Season 3 this summer. But Janice, where can people find you on all the social media platforms?
Yes, guys, you can find me on Instagram at Nyam Janice, NYAMJANICE.
And you can find me at Lauren the Truth.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Bryant Santos, and also on the Katie Keene After Show.
And you guys can find me at Real Shay Jones on Twitter and Instagram and Disney News Weekly on the new, well not new, but old AfterBuzz TV channel. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you,
Love
Drew.
y'all. AfterBuzz for life.
Our founder,
you.
Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.